Hello, 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 Royal Court. We are back with another episode of Royalty to recap Big Brother 26. We are recapping week 4, and you guys have asked for him. I have summoned him, the daddy of Big Brother, okay, as I like to call him, from Big Brother 25. Hisam, thank you for coming. How are you?
I'm good. I'm happy to join the Royalty podcast.
I know. I'm so
like
sorry.
when I'm not being evicted.
That is true. I'm so sorry, guys. Once again, obviously, you know who I am. I'm Big D, of course. Tiffany and Hannah cannot be here, but I'm here to represent the Royalty family. But Heisa, we're so glad to have you here. And this is your second time being on the podcast, as you mentioned. This time, now you're on the other side. How is that going for you?
I'm a lot more relaxed. And I'm a lot less salty now that I have had a year to reflect on things.
I told you, I helped you. Even though you're good and you talk to people and give them therapy, I have gave you Big Brother therapy.
That's true. That's true. You helped me coach. You coached me through it.
Yes, so I'm so glad that you are here, and of course to help me recap this crazy AI experience of BB26. Now, Heiso, before I get into everything, what have you been up to? Like, what are you working on? What's going on? What's new in your life?
So I went back to practicing medicine, and I originally was going to take some time away from Big Brother to give myself some space, but then I saw the Angela fight, and then I was like, I have to comment on that. And so I've moved into combining my mental health expertise with reality television. So that's what I'm doing now.
Oh, I love that for you. That's very interesting. Now, based on Angela's fight, did you think that she need medical, medical help or attention or anything?
I think that they found a very neurotic, anxious individual. They got exactly what they wanted.
Keyword, what'd you say? Neurotic?
Neurotic, yeah.
Okay, neurotic. Give me the definition of neurotic. What's the definition?
Like volatile, right? Like highly responsive to the environment.
Okay, I love when you use big words. It's like very.
That's right.
It's very hot. Now, okay, Heiso. Now, I'm gonna get into where we have left off at, where we're at, and obviously, me and you actually just watched the episode together on via FaceTime. So I love that.
We did. It was like
fun.
Yeah, it was like a pseudo date.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, now we left off with Kenny going home. Okay, do you have any thoughts of Kenny going home? Like, if you guys haven't heard, Kenny did do an exit interview with us, so make sure you guys go check that out. Any thoughts? Kenny going home? Did he mess up anywhere?
I think that your interview with Kenny was the most revealing that I saw, where he was talking about the interaction between his daughter and himself before he left. And I can see now why it impacted him as much as it did. And because of that, I think it was Kenny's time to go. But I wish he had played a little bit harder, of course.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad that he did talk about, his daughter and stuff. Because like I said, but at the end of the day, I still can't. I understand being a dad, being a parent. I understand that portion. I'm never going to understand that. I just still think, that week 1, I think after he lost, he checked out. That's just my opinion. Mm-hmm. Now, we go into this HOH comp, okay? It's called Bad AI, all right? They have to pick basically opponents, which is going to show their colors. It's a process of, hey, I'm picking you, showing your colors, making people trying to knock them out, okay? Mm-hmm. Angela, once again, does what she do best, and she wins the HOH comp, okay? She also, at this time, because Angela's not working with anybody, she's kind of like, oh, I'm gonna like target Brooklyn because me and Brooklyn haven't talked game at all, and make sure Brooklyn gets out. Now Angela wins HOH, which this is great for Tucker because keep in mind Tucker and Cedric and Quinn. It is Quinn and Cedric versus Tucker. It is a whole war up in here. Okay,
It's the battle of the egos.
You think the battle of the egos, Tyson?
Mm-hmm.
Why you say that, Hisam? Because I don't think Tucker has an ego.
You don't think Tucker has an ego?
I don't think Tucker has an ego, Hisam.
As someone who has a big ego, I can tell you Tucker has an ego.
Now ego, Beyonce had a song called Big Ego, and it really meant something else. Are we talking about ego or are we talking about ego?
No, we're talking about ego. I mean, Tucker thinks he's unbeatable. He really does. And I think it comes from the fact that he's now won 3 competitions and everyone's calling him a comp beast, which, by the way, is the definition of comp beast meaning that you've won more than 2 competitions? Is that what it means? Or what's the definition?
I think so. I guess that's what they consider it in the Big Brother world. Unfortunately, Hisam, I've never won a comp. I was just a beast, period. I just wasn't a comp beast. So I don't know what that is. I've never experienced that. Only you could tell me because you won, what, 2 comps, if I'm correct?
I won 3.
Oh, excuse me. You notice how she said it? She said, excuse me. I was trying to AI you, okay?
Yeah, that's right. I won 2 vetoes and an HOH. But I still don't understand, like, what becomes a comp beast? Is it 2 competitions? Is it 3? Is it that you finish a competition much faster than people expect you to? Is it that you make a big production afterwards to say, like, I did that? Like, I don't know.
I guess they consider comp beast to be, like you said, if you win more than 3 comps of anything, they consider you to be a comp beast. So, just how it is. I ain't really too much logic for me. Like, anyway, I will say, if you think he has an ego, I guess I can see it. You're giving me your portion of it. I feel like Tucker was very calm. Once he had to turn it on and like be like, okay, like we need to get some players out of here. You guys are not listening to me. He's like, all right, F it, I'll do it in my own hands since you guys don't want to listen. And now he's taking it in his own hands. So it's like, yeah, you do got to be a little bit like cocky because who else is going to hype you up? They ain't going to hype you up to win these comps.
I get it.
You're gonna talk, here's the thing, you're going to talk the shit. You got to be able to rock it. Okay? Mm-hmm. So Angela wins the comp. Brooklyn has a conversation with Angela. She's very upset, Hisam, that she targeted her twice. Do you think that... Don't start, Hisam. Do you think that Angela... Do you think that Angela targeted Brooklyn? Do you think Brooklyn was right for calling out Angela for targeting her?
I think that Brooklyn thought that she was a lot safer in the game and then was surprised that Angela called her out and then said it was personal. I was like, yeah, she's trying to get you out.
Okay.
I was like,
I don't know.
I think what surprised me about that is that Angela puts Brooklyn up and then Brooklyn puts Angela up and then Angela puts Brooklyn up and then Brooklyn's like, that's one too many times.
I was like, there's not rules to this game. Like, unless production told you something behind the scenes, that's not how it works, baby. Like, some people got picked 4 times. I remember when Davon was playing this game, I think she got picked like 3 times, and they kept picking her to try to get her out on All Stars. Her and
that's like,
so I'm like,
it's like what they did to Angela, right? Like, and here's the deal: it's like had Brooklyn won, she would have put Angela back up again.
Thank you. I think it's very weird because it's like this is the point of the game, but also me and you ain't working together. So why would I want to keep you? Why would I want to keep you here? I don't know what your intentions is. Angela's like the only person I could trust is Tucker. Her back's been against the ball. Y'all been trying to send her home and everything. Okay, now I'm gonna jump to a conversation that happens. Also, they're crying. Also, Brooklyn's crying about it. I'm also like, come on, bro.
And Angela's trying to pretend to cry.
Oh, baby, to pretend to cry. And you know what's so funny? Because Hannah called this out 2 weeks ago, if I'm correct, or last week, I can't remember. Hannah was saying, I've never seen someone cry without no tears coming down. And then I really paid attention, and I'm telling you, Angela is playing this game really well with these fake ass tears and everything. I think Chelsea's the only one who's caught on to Angela's like fakeness, but it's just very interesting to see her use this in her advantage. Quinn has a conversation with Angela because Quinn has the power, you know, because they didn't get him out. Once again, I'm going to say this now. If there's a power in play and the person that has the power is on the block, you vote them out. I don't care if you think it's going to work in your advantage. I don't care if you, look, you know, because at the end of the day, do you hold the power? No. Somebody else holds the power. So they can do whatever they want with the power. You can sit there and talk it to you blue in the face. Unless you have the power yourself, get the power out the damn house if they're on the block. That was just a dumb move that I've seen in a very long time. Dumb. But Quinn has the power. Yeah, go ahead. What you think?
But there was a season where they weaponized someone who got to put the third domination on. Was that season 15-ish?
Oh, was it? Maybe it was.
But there was, I think it was Rachel Riley's sister, who basically was America's favorite.
Yes.
And she got to nominate a third person. And then there were two other house guests, the one who was pushed off the wall, allegedly.
She was pushed. She was pushed. Helen, the best player of all time in Big Brother history. She was pushed.
Helen gets pushed. And they weaponize that power against the house. So I do see in that case it makes sense. But in general, for this season, it didn't make sense to keep Quinn. For a lot of people. Maybe the Pentagon. But the Pentagon. But
Don't start. Because you know how I feel about that name. Let me tell you something. When they call themselves the Pentagon, do they look like a Pentagon? Like, do you see them as a group that called themselves the Pentagon? Did you get elegantly? Did you get fancy? Did you get politics? Did you get like sharp with their mouth and their wit? Like smart out the box? Like, did you get Pentagon?
I got that there were 5 people working together.
I got recess. That's what I got. I ain't got no good. I did not get Pentagon at all. Okay, but we're gonna let them have it. So Quinn has a conversation with Angela. Quinn has a conversation with Angela to see if they're able to come to an agreement because he has this power. Angela, I don't think really still understands this power in this moment. But Quinn is basically taking over HOH. Like Quinn is HOH basically. Angela is just there to have the room and look pretty and keep herself safe. And if she want to cause some chaos, cause chaos. You know, she asked them straight up, "Who's your non-touchable? Who's your second non-touchable? Who's your third non-touchable?" Like she's making it clear that I want to know who you're working with. And Quinn doesn't give her anybody. You know, he does give him one person.
Like
I forgot what he said, but
chemo.
Yeah. He's like chemo is my non-touchable. So we fast forward to nomination. The AI pops up.
Oh, wait, you missed a very important part.
What happened in that episode?
Yeah, the very important part was when Quinn was going to say, he says, "I'm going to work in the shadows of my HOH." And then he puts on a suit so that no one suspects him as being the undercover HOH. Smart decision making. So subtle. Like when you say shadows, that's what I see. Wearing a suit.
A suit. Wearing
and
a suit.
Holding office
was that
hours
giving Pentagon?
in the have-not room. With your tinted sunglasses. Where he says,
sunglasses.
"I'm okay unless everyone in the is not." They are so secretive and so top secret, they can't even call themselves that.
I'm screaming. So yes, was it give? Do you think the suit was giving Pentagon?
I think that the suit was giving something.
What was it giving?
I think it looks like it's a very nice suit. It's obviously tailored well to his body. It says, "I'm here for business." It says all of those things.
Okay. So the AI Angela
I
pops
mean, it
up
doesn't
and
say like I'm about to blow up the country or anything like that. It just says like I have definitely come here for a job interview and I'm going to get it.
I also want to say this. I don't know. Because I was going to say, why would he have a suit like that? But I guess maybe that's the suit he was going to wear on finale night. I mean, I hope not, because it was hideous. But I mean, like, I don't know. When I see Quinn, I think of Corey, and it like bothers me. It's weird. It gives me weird vibes. Like it's
Yeah,
just like
there's
doing too much. Like
yeah,
doing too
there
much.
is feels like there's something there, right? You do
Yeah.
know that Quinn does know both Zach and Corey. Like he reached out to Zach. There was a tweet about that. Did you know that? So Quinn basically asked Zach for a PDF of Dan Giesling's book about how to get on reality television. And Zach sent him the PDF, and Quinn responded, "You're a gentleman and a scholar."
That tells me all I need to know because if you have to, I'm gonna say this now. If you have to read a book to get on reality TV, you don't need to be on reality TV. Period. Like
Dan would
to
disagree
go.
with you.
Well, I didn't need a fucking book to get on reality TV. Did you need a book to get on reality TV?
No, I did not read the book.
Okay, okay then, nothing against Dan. Do what you gotta do. Make your money, make your coins. I know a lot of people bought it. I know Tiff was, as Tiff said in the past, she was someone who read his book and stuff like that. Great, but I'm just gonna say this: when you're trying to audition for these shows, they want you to be yourself. So it's like when you read a book and you're analyzing everything you're doing, or you're molding yourself to the way that the book is saying and how you should do it, like they're gonna see through that. But I mean, like I said, that just tells
Well,
you all you got to say about Quinn. That's all I got to say. But the AI Angela pops up. She has to make her nominees, and the nominees that Quinn, aka Quinn, makes is Mackenzie, Cedric, and Tucker. Now,
I
Cedric.
didn't say those things. I didn't say those. That
Oh,
wasn't
she
me.
killed me with that. She killed. I
I
have
didn't.
never said
I
that.
didn't. No, not me.
Production
No,
loves her.
no.
Production loves
Why?
her.
What? How? That I would never do that.
I would. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't say that. Let me tell you something. Production loves her. She is a great soundbite for the show. They love her. They love her.
Yeah.
Straight up. Okay.
And then production was like, "Yeah, we
Also, I
know.
want to
Here's
make it
Ansley."
known that because this is going to tie into to tonight's episode. Cedric did tell Quinn that he was okay with being nominated because he felt comfortable in order to take out Tucker or whatever. We get to the veto ceremony. The collective knows that they do have majority of the votes. No matter what happens, they can protect Cedric, and they can vote whoever they want to vote out. Either that being Tucker or that being Mackenzie, or if there's another nominee they need to put up, they have majority of the votes. As long as Tucker does not win the veto, which I don't think they understand who they're talking about. We're talking about King Tucker, Evoke Tucker. Tucker is the opposite of me. Tucker is winning stuff, and I've always thought of that. So I'm so glad to know that somebody who is winning stuff is a part of the Evoke family, because you have to be elite to be a part of the Evoke family. There's only a certain amount of people that are in it, and right now is me and Tucker, and I forgot who said it the last 2 seasons, but I will figure out who else is a part of the Evoke family. Okay? Now,
Okay.
Tucker does make a final two with Joseph. That's all I got for that. It's time to play the veto competition. The players for the veto competition are Tucker, Joseph, Mackenzie, Cedric, Angela, and Brooklyn. The veto competition is called Binary Bridge Memory. Now, did this veto competition kind of remind you of another competition show?
It sure did. But a lot less death. I mean, like, people didn't fall through the floor and die.
Of course. maybe we should reach out to Dash and ask them, do people die?
Yeah.
But yes, it did remind me of Squid Games, as we were saying. So I thought it was very interesting. There was a method, there was a trick to it. I didn't pick it up until later on. If you would have waited for a second and then watched the other person go, they both had the same pattern. I didn't know that. I thought they had different patterns. So there was a trick and method to it. And it was basically, playing a little bit of cow and chicken, like you go, I go, or, watching. It ends up being Tucker and Cedric at the end. This was like the ultimate duo. This was like...
This was the showdown of showdowns.
This was the showdown of showdowns. So we got Tucker, we got Cedric. They've been talking shit about each other. They're ready to, they've been in each other's faces. This is it, and it comes down to like literally the wire, and Tucker ends up winning. And Tucker, it was just such a moment. I screamed. I was so happy. I was hype as hell. Also, I want a sidebar. I know you heard about Tucker and Rubina. What's your thoughts?
I think it's kind of a hot duo.
Okay.
Actually, Rubina reminds me of a good friend of mine, and she has lots of mannerisms similar to her. So it's actually, it's a hot duo. What do you think? You don't like it?
No, I love it. I just,
You're
I
just
don't
a
care
little
for
bit.
showmances.
No. Now, here's what I'll tell you. You would love it if someone picked you up like that. If someone picked you up like that, you would be like, oh my God, I love showmances.
Listen, I'll probably say, oh my God, someone called 911. I just broke their back. I don't think anyone's picking me up like that. I would be, if someone could pick me up like that, I don't know, maybe I would be like, oh my God. But, hey, so can you imagine someone trying to pick up my 350-pound ass? That's a lot of weight. But here's my thing about it.
Maybe a couple of
feel
people,
like,
maybe like 3 people could all help you. Then you'd be like, I'm into showmances.
Showmances. So put an S on it. So now there's an orgy, Hisam. It's a threesome. Wow. Okay. I'm just saying, I just don't care for showmances because this is not Love Island. I don't care for that. I want people to play the game and things like that. That's just me personally. Because now if you think about it, this showmance gets Rubina in trouble later on. Okay. Tucker also in this episode, he wins. He's talking about not taking himself off the block and going into the AI arena again. Do you think he's crazy for saying that?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Right. Like, at some point in time, your luck is going to run out. Someone's going to be able to beat you. I think that it's very rare that people are good at all games all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think like he's unbeatable?
No, I think that Tucker is beatable. The thing right now that's working out in Tucker's favor is that a lot of these comps right now are a lot of physical. So like tonight, for example, is a wall comp. I can see Tucker going far in the wall comp. But once we start getting to some of those other comps, he's going to have a little bit of trouble because look what happened with the HOH comp that just happened. He was like the second out. Angela kicked his ass. So it's like he's going to have trouble in that atmosphere. But I do enjoy the fact that the AI arena is like fight for your life. I appreciate that because that's what it should be. It should not be some like memory type of comp or something like that. Now, he ends up taking himself down. Yeah, go ahead.
That's the one thing I do like about Drag Race is you get to lip sync for your life, right? So you can actually have an opportunity to perform and to save yourself. And that's like the one thing I miss, like I wish had happened on my season is I wish I would have had an opportunity like this so I could at least fight for my life one time.
It's just like Drag Race. They should do it like that, like a lip sync battle, fight for your life. And I know it's hard because like on your season, I definitely get that. Like, trust me. I mean, I'm glad for us that didn't happen because we didn't need that. We would have been in trouble. But I get on your season why that would have been great. But I think as Big Brother goes, it's getting better and better and is listening to the fans. I feel like they're getting better with listening to the fans and doing more stuff. Okay, so Rabina, Mackenzie, and Cedric are now on the block because Tucker took himself down, and that's why I was saying I don't really care for showmances because of the fact that here we go, Rabina just being with Tucker got her ass right on the block. Now we get to tonight's episode. First of all, let's shout out Julie. Julie had on her Christian Louis Vuittons tonight, and she was posing in those Christian Louis Vuittons. Now, the dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, she has a stylist.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. It was not.
It was.
Now, Quinn has a conversation with Chemo, has a conversation with T-Core. You know, they are called, what's their alliance called?
They call the Visionaries because they all wear
Oh,
glasses.
the Visionaries. Okay, I haven't put that together. Thank you so much for telling me that. And T-Core and Chemo are having a conversation that they don't think that Quinn has like the best interest of them. Like they feel like Quinn is like lying to them. I also want to say this. Chemo and T-Core remind me of me and Azza so badly, just based on how they're always attached to the hip. They're always in the back of the room. They're literally sleeping in the same room me and Azza did. And just how they just always have everything on their face. And they're talking it gave me flashbacks. Okay. Now, Quinn is more loyal, as he said, to T-Core and Chemo, which I'm shocked because keep in mind, Chemo told Tucker about Quinn's power. Get out of my face, Isa, with this. Get out of my face. So I was shocked that he said he still trusts him because maybe Chemo was able to get out of that lie because if I found out you told someone about my power, I don't trust you. So I was surprised.
I think that Chemo and Takor are just really likable. They're I think a safe space for lots of different house guests to talk about the game. And so they've been able to collect a lot of information. And because no one sees them as threats, I think that they underestimated the two of them working together.
I agree with that. That is a very strong point. I didn't even think about it like that. So no, you're right about that. So in this moment, Rabina, members on the block. So Rabina's like, I gotta make an alliance. And Rabina's like, I want to make an alliance with, Tucker, her man, Brooklyn, T-Core, and Chemo. I was a little bit nervous because Brooklyn is very loyal to that Pentagon. So I was like, damn. I mean, but that also tells you that Brooklyn is in a good spot, Hisam, where people want to work with her. So she got to be doing something right that they are trusting her that much. So they call themselves the 5 Points. Interesting. Then,
because, wait, there are 5 of them. Like the alliance that shall not be named.
So then upstairs, the same group of them are sitting together, but Brooklyn's not there. And Angela, because I love Angela. Angela is always listening. Angela is on the floor in the corner of the HOH room door, and she hears people talking. And she said, I stalk Tucker. I don't blame her. Tucker is her. Let me tell you something. You think Rabina's with Tucker? No, Angela. That's her man. Rabina, you are the side chick. You are the side chick. I need you to understand. You play your part. Play your part, okay? She the main girl. You the side chick, okay? Angela is the main girl. Look, Rabina, you want me to say it for you again? Rabina, Angela is the main girl. Tucker, that is her man. She just letting you just whatever. Because at the end of the day, he know where home is. He know where home is. So Angela's like looking at the door and she comes out. And this is why I love Angela. She comes out. hey, I'm gonna be a part of this, whatever this is. I'm gonna be a part of this. Gonna be a part of this.
It's exactly like she did like a few episodes ago. She's like, yeah, what was the plan? What were we talking about? Because I could hear you. So I just was wondering too what the plan is.
I love her. I love her. Let me tell you something, Hisam. I love me a nosy white woman. It literally makes me giggle. I live for it. She is so nosy. It reminds me of that soundbite this soundbite on TikTok sidebar where it's like, it's like a soundbite where they're like, "You're never alone because there's always a white person that's in your business." Like, I love the fact that Angela is always there to give me something. Because she said, "I just want to be a part of whatever this is." She don't even know what it is. She don't even know. I just know if my man's here and the side chick is here and his two little friends, I need to be a part of it. I need to be a part of whatever this is, okay? And I love just them just looking at her and they don't know what to say. And, it's just like, Tucker's just like, I don't know. Why not? Yeah, we down.
Yeah, like, who cares?
Who cares? Let's call ourselves the Tanks. Okay, so.
You know what it's like?
I don't know
It's like when you basically are like hanging out with all your friends and then someone you like casually know comes by and then they are like stopping for conversation and then everything gets quiet and you're kind of sitting there like, oh, okay, just fuck it. Like, okay, yeah, we'll switch the conversation for you.
Or waiting for them to leave. You're just like, hey, am I invited to the sleepover too? And you're like,
yeah, I guess
I can ask my mom. I don't really know.
I guess you can come join us.
It was given that. And then also, let me tell you something. Didn't they call themselves the Tanks? I don't know what it is. I know we're voting this year and politics involved. Our production dropping hints that we need to make alliances named after war in America. The Tanks. The five.
That's because of the fish.
The Pentagons.
That's because of the fish, right? We're the Tanks because of the fish tank. You know what I really do think?
You know what? When we go on Big Brother together, you know what we're going to call ourselves?
What?
The Sticky Notes. Because these fucking names are stupid. These names are so... Me and your final two name is the Sticky Notes. And I'm bringing sticky notes. Sometimes I'm getting sticky notes on Big Brother. Mark my word, Big Brother 30 when me and Hisam are there. Sticky notes.
Sticky notes. I think that part of what they should do is they should maybe workshop these names a little bit, like mull them over before they like commit, because then they have these names like, what are they called? The cashiers? The Tucker and Joseph are the cashiers? Are they the cashiers?
I guess was that something. I guess that was on the live feeds because I didn't hear nothing about that in the episode, so I guess so.
No, it was on the show. No, the critics. They're called the critics.
Oh, girl. Oh, we just need you know what? They need like a book of just words, like here's words that, like, give them a book of alliances that we have already used. Here's names of alliances that have already been used. Why don't we kind of piggyback off of that? Let's try to figure out something else because these names need to be workshopped. Like, there was names that I wanted to use. The production was like, "Oh, you actually can't use that because copyright and da da da." And I was like, "Okay, great," but they just need some more clever things. Now, Chemo is now talking about, which I'm very appreciative of. Chemo's talking about making big moves. He's like, we really like if. Since Tucker is not up anymore, we probably should take out Cedric. He's like talking to T-Core. He's like, we should come up, like, we should really do this. T-Core is having a rough time, but he's like, it's me and you, girl. Like, it's me and you. We got to make this move. He has a conversation with Leah. He has a conversation with Mackenzie. Now, those two are definitely wanting to take out Cedric. They don't really care because they're not even working with them. Now, the thing about it is, this plan of taking out Cedric is only if Cedric loses the BBAI. And Cedric ends up, we'll get to it a little bit later, but I want to stop and say, it is very awkward, and I'm glad that they edited that on the show. Hearing Chemo saying to T-Core in the bathroom, we need to blow up the Pentagon. I also felt like, oh my God, Jesus. We don't need to put those words together at all. That's what I'm saying. These names are not like I don't know why we come up with these names. Um, Literally. So, Chemo talks about blowing up the Pentagon, and T Core is just still like, I don't know what to do. It's very hard. And we get to the BBA arena. It is called
But the
Upload
two
and
of them,
Download. Yes, go
but
ahead.
the two of them do know they're at the very bottom of that alliance. They realize that they are expendable, and I think that they, with that realization, start putting their plan into motion. And I think they do it in such a way that they move so quietly through the house that they're able to have these one-on-one conversations without that much fuss or like circumstance. And because they've been so quiet, I think that people forget that they're there.
I agree, because let me tell you something. People that I'm forgetting that are there, that until they sit on that couch in front of Julie and it's time to vote, I be forgetting that Cam's there. I be forgetting that Joseph's there. I be forgetting that Leah's there. And I mean, that's good for their games, of course, because it's like, great, now you fade into background. I got to give Chelsea her props. The fact that Chelsea was able to win an HOH, get somebody out, and still was able to fall back into playing low, that's great. That's a very, very great game move. I'm gonna give you that. But they got to go into this BB arena. It's called Upload and Download. It reminds me of the game that Ozza won in our season with the balls. It was very nerve wracking. I will say this: Rabina was the first one to get all her balls. She only had one ball left. Mackenzie had 5 balls left to hit. Cedric just got to his 5. He had 5 balls to hit. And Mackenzie ends up hitting all 5 balls and wins. And do you know why Mackenzie won and Rabina didn't win? Because Rabina was focused on everybody else instead of looking at her damn balls. She kept.
Oh, yep. Yep.
This is
yep,
her.
Yep.
All over the focus on your balls, girl. Focus on the balls. So Mackenzie ends up winning, which I love this because this is great because now I'm like, all right, let's get out Cedric. And here's the thing. I don't have a problem with Cedric. I think Cedric is a good game player. I think the issue that Cedric messed up at is that you should have took out Quinn and Tucker would have been on your side, and you could have still been in this game working together. That is where you sit there and when you make it was a bad decision. Quinn had a power.
Yeah, but they were in the and the truth is,
I'm so glad I ain't got to hear nothing else about this damn Pentagon because it definitely did blow up. It is now done. Thank God.
I think his mistake is his ego gets the best of him. He gets called out in front of everyone. He basically feels now that he has to justify his position in the game. He is committed to his group of people and wants to demonstrate that he is a strong player. He then volunteers to be put on the block, and then as opposed to winning the veto, he loses. And the truth is the doesn't do a good enough job of interacting with other players. And they have done a good job of interacting with themselves, but they have not done a good job of making sure that the other house guests feel included, wanted, are a meaningful part of the decision-making process, and they vote him out.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good move. I also want to point out that Julie made it. Julie's. I'm here for this hosting of Julie. I don't know what's happened. Maybe Julie's like, I'm tired of it. I'm now stepping it up. Maybe Julie's like, I'm ready to get my Emmy because she's probably tired of seeing Jeff Probst gets his Emmy. She's like, I want my damn Emmy for hosting, so I get it. Because now she's like, okay, or it looks like you guys have finally made up for the last 3 weeks of not gaming, and I see you guys are now gaming. Julie said, I'm very Dior, very classy, very fancy. You
I,
see how I just read the cast of DB26? Very easy.
yeah,
That's exactly what Julie just
that's
did. I
right.
couldn't believe that she said that, but I said, "Yes, mother. Yes, yes, my queen.
Hmm.
Yes, my queen. Get them
There
together."
has been
So,
an
yeah,
evolution of
Tucker
her,
goes
though.
out. The votes, fell where I thought they were going to fall. I think Brooklyn and Chelsea were a little bit blindsided. I mean, Brooklyn was a part of the other alliance, so I don't know why she was shocked. She was part of the 5 points. Yay, 5 points. She was a part of the 5 points alliance, so they were telling Brooklyn ahead of time they wanted to take out Cedric, but maybe Brooklyn felt like it wasn't going to happen, and it ended up happening. So the vote turned out the way I thought it was going to be. I think Brooklyn was shocked and Chelsea was shocked, but remember, Brooklyn was a part of that 5 points alliance, so she should have
Hmm.
knew what was coming. But I think she just wasn't expecting people to actually follow through with it. And Chelsea was also shocked. Quinn was shocked, of course. But you know what? Listen, I'm here for another week of this game being unexpected. I think this
Hmm.
BBAI arena has really threw a twist into the game. And
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, putting 3 people up on the block, this BBAI arena, I think we should keep it in the game moving forward. I wouldn't mind playing, this type of season when I come back for All Stars. See how I'm already manifesting me for All
Hmm.
Stars? It's a
Manifest it.
must.
Manifest
It's
it.
a must. So I'm just saying, I think it's a great gameplay. And, Ainsley, the AI, did say, I did my research and I see that putting 3 people and throwing this AI will cause the game to be a little bit more exciting. And it has. I have to give it to you that. Cedric goes out. What do you think, Heisen?
Question.
What's your thoughts? Cedric going home. Do you
Wait,
think he
wait.
did
Question
good?
though.
What do you think? Do you think it was good for everybody else? What's your thoughts?
I think it's great to see Cedric leave. I always love a shakeup in the house. I think that the dynamics will shift. I always love to see people who are comfortable become uncomfortable. Specifically, Brooklyn, Chelsea, Cam are going to become extremely uncomfortable, which I'm excited to see. Um, yeah. I have a question for
I
you,
agree.
though.
Oh God, when you
I
ask
have
me
a
questions, I
question.
get worried.
So,
Uh oh.
one of the big criticisms about the AI arena is that it eliminates the back door. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, I'm gonna be honest. I guess it does, kinda, but like sometimes if we want to backdoor people and people don't know how to execute a good backdoor, we backdoored some people on our season. I know you got backdoored. You know,
Hmm.
um, I think I think I'm enjoying this different take on it
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
even if they are, because they still get the shock factor of, am I going home or am I not going home? Because think about
Hmm.
it, like you lost in the AI, you have an alliance that's telling you you're going to stay. So if you notice, everyone that's went home has kind of been like, what's going on? Because when
Hmm.
Cedric was going out, Cedric was making it clear. He was like, I knew this was coming or whatever. He's like, yeah, good job, good job, good thing, yeah, bro, da da da, do this, whatever. But then he was like, I can't wait to see how these votes played out. It's gonna be very interesting to see how these votes played
Hmm.
out. But when he sat with Julie, which I think he was still in shock. Of course, you could tell he was in shock. But when he sat with Julie, he did point out that Cam, Brooklyn, and Chelsea were the 3 that voted for him to stay. He had a feeling that T-Core and Chemo were going to do what they would need to do. But hey, you know what? Listen, you designated yourself as a pawn. It comes with the
Hmm.
responsibility of designating yourself as a pawn, and you also designated yourself as a pawn after backstabbing somebody who said, "I'm coming for you, and you should have worked with me." And now your ass is out the house, and I will see you on Monday for your exit interview, and you
Hmm.
can then tell me what your thoughts are after you go back and watch
Hmm.
some shit and see where you messed up
Hmm.
at. But the kid played a good game. He's young, he's gonna do well. I could see him competing on other shows, maybe, or probably not. He'd be a one and done, but he did good in the game of Big Brother. Do you have anything for Cedric?
I think he just made young people mistakes.
Yeah, I agree with that. Young people mistakes for sure. Heisem,
But
okay, now we
he
can.
does hold himself well. Like he's a classy dude, right? With all of
No,
the things
he
that
definitely
happened,
did.
For a 21-year-old, he's really mature, but he makes really amateurish type of mistakes. And
I agree
and the
with that.
truth is that I think that he's one of those people who did a lot of like watching shows like yours to basically get a handle of how the game was without actually watching the full series, because there was always a disconnect on sort of like what he knew strategically versus like what he understood practically.
So I want to tell you this. I don't think that this cast was told or given our season to watch.
Why?
I don't know. I don't want to say, but I found it very
Why?
interesting. The list that it was very interesting because there was a list, and this is T. There was a list that somebody put on Twitter of what all the castmates, like who their favorite players were, and they talked about everyone, like some people in the past, some people in the in the present, but no one mentioned like any members. Like I would like no one mentioned Alyssa Lopez, no one mentioned DX, no one mentioned any of the members of the Cookout, and I found that very interesting because I'm like Alyssa Lopez, DX, uh, even Christian members of the Cookout are iconic players that I'm just kind of like, how could you not? How could you not? Like pick any of those type of people. You know how you couldn't name any of those type of people being favorites. So I found that interesting. That's just side T, but it was very interesting when they were naming people. Because I will say this: if you don't name at least Tiffany, or Xavier, or DX, or Alyssa, or Kylan, I don't know what to tell you. Like it was just very interesting to see that. So, but other than that, what's your thoughts on this season, Hyson? Do you like this AI?
I
Do
think
you like
the
this AI
concept
twist?
I think the concept is hokey, but I
Oh,
like I like that
no.
there are
Shut up,
new.
Hyson. Shut up. Shut up. You're done. The fact that you just said, I think it's I think it's hokey
It's a
is
little
now nope.
hokey. It's
Let me add that to my list of words. So I have hokey. I
yeah.
have what she call her
Twit, twat,
a twit twat. I have twat, hokey, and
twit.
twat. I have to add these. Yeah, twit.
Yeah, you got to
You
add these
fucking
into your
twit.
vernacular.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I need to be
You
you
know,
freaking twit, hokey, and twit.
you
You let
know,
me
but
tell you
what I
something. You
do,
fucking hokey, you dumbass, hokey ass, swick.
but what
I
I
need
will
words
say,
to use when I go back on TV so I don't get in trouble for saying
yeah, you can't say that. You
no.
can't say
You
that.
can't. Go ahead.
But
What were you saying?
I will say that there is something different about BB26 compared to other seasons as far as like what the games are, as far as like what the dynamics are, as far as the twists in the game. It is compelling to watch, which I think is why Big Brother is now number one in its time slot, right? Like I think that has something to do
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
There's
Also,
a
we
new life to 26.
yeah. Also, there is a chance, guys. In case more information on it, there is a BB investigator. I will say this: based on how the game has went, we need to vote for T Core or Chemo to get the power because they are going to be trying to gun after them after that move they just made, and they need protection. Unless one of them
Yeah,
win
but
tonight of the wall count, because who else do you think should get it? Who else should get it?
it's just about spreading misinformation in the house, right?
I don't know. Why not?
But now that
Use
we've
it. Give it to
seen
one of
the
them. Spread some
yeah,
misinformation. I don't know. Whatever you need
yeah,
to do.
I think that the problem is like now that Quinn exposed like what the deep fake HOH was, and everyone knows that that wasn't the real Angela, it was the D'Angela. Um, I think that people will be like, okay, that's not real, right? Like
Yeah.
that
I mean,
hologram of Quinn isn't real, or that hologram of Tikor isn't real. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I just still think we should give them something because they did work hard, and at least they know America does, like what they did. I think America's happy with what they did. And also, I will say this. I think why BB ratings are also going up is because we're including America in the game to play. When we can sit there and have a voice, it really does make a difference. And I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. So, all right. So, Hisam, based on everything, we know tonight is the wall comp, okay? Who needs to win the wall comp? Or who you think is going to win, or who needs to win? Give me those two answers.
I think who's likely to win, I could see Tucker or Quinn. Or
Go on.
Leah winning that competition.
Oh. I would be okay with Leah winning the competition or Tucker. I just don't care for Quinn. I don't care for
Neither
Quinn.
do I.
I really thought I was gonna like Quinn. I was excited. I was excited for Quinn, but I mean Tiffany called it. He's a rat with 8 holes, so I don't really have anything for Quinn. But Hisam, okay, so tell everybody what's next for you. I know you're working on some stuff. I know you got your own YouTube. I know you're doing Instagram reels. We can't get you over to Twitter, unfortunately. I don't know why, but what can everyone follow you at, or what are you working on next? I know you are planning a trip soon for next summer. Next summer, maybe this fall, depending, but next summer. But tell everybody, Hisam.
You can see me at Instagram, hisam.gwaley, or you can find me at YouTube, same, hisam.gwaley. And I'm just doing like psychiatric knowledge in lots of different ways. So like Ask a Psych MD, which is like answering psych questions, and doing psychiatric reels, which are related to reality television, and like talking about like what's current in psychiatric news. In short, snippets that people can find digestible. That's it.
I love that. I love the word digestible. Well, listen,
Because you like
hokey
biscuits, like Tucker.
I love anything Tucker likes because that is my evoke cake. Because guess what he said tonight? Because listen, me and Tucker are bonded because he has said evoke now twice. I am up. Okay, I need to, and I will say this. I know everyone's asking. I'm going to get the fans redone. I just need a second. They're not cheap because they're good fans. Like they're like $800 to make. Okay, so I will get them restocked.
Really?
Yes, it's not cheap material. I got like the the ones like the drag queens, the RuPaul girl. Yeah, like the RuPaul girls. Like I think it's Clack Daddy or whatever. It's very expensive. So it's like I'm gonna try to order another 50, and everybody better buy all 50, and I'm done after that. So I'm gonna try my best and look into it. Shit. So I would let you guys know. Okay, but other than that, guys, thank you. Please remember to like and subscribe and comment. Go follow Hisam. We will be back on Monday to talk to Cedric. If you have any questions for Cedric, let us know. Also, say in below who you think needs to win the wall comp. And remember, do not spoil the episode for Big D because Big D does not watch the live feeds, and it's been so peaceful. Hisam, thank you so much for joining me. Okay, I miss you so much. I cannot.
Thank you for having me.
No, this
I'm
is
so
great.
glad
I
to
can't
be
wait
here.
to see. I can't wait to see you in person, and I'll see you
Yeah,
later,
it'd be
hunky.
great.
You twick, twalk, hunky.